Hi, Andrea.
Hello?
For my first question, I just learned that you are a pharmacist by profession.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to ask, what do pharmacists usually do as far as duties and responsibilities are concerned?
Alright, okay. As we all know, pharmacists are known as medical professionals. But sadly here in the Philippines, pharmacists are being belittled. Their image is not that good. You know, I have this experience that I want to tell. Back when I was still in first year college, I was buying fruits outside the UST. And then this seller was fascinated by my all-white uniform. And then she asked, "Anong course mo?" And then I said, "Pharmacy po." And then her reply was, "Ay, bakit ganon? Tindera lang ng gamot yung gusto mo." Yes. Sadly, that's the case for pharmacists here in the Philippines. One of the many reasons why pharmacists or pharmacy professionals are fleeing from our country. Number one is, of course, salary. And number two, that lowly image of pharmacists that are being given here in the Philippines. But again, pharmacists are medical experts, specifically drug experts, that also deserve to be seen as an equal to all medical practitioners.
At least na-enlightened ka din talaga sa kung ano yung nature ng work ng mga pharmacists. Thank you so much. Follow-up question na. I also learned that you are a former courtside reporter.
Yes, still working as a corporate
Okay.
reporter.
So, what are the things that you've learned with regard to winning a game that pwede mong may apply as a candidate sa Miss World?
Well, being a courtside reporter, I get to see the journey when it comes to a game or a basketball game. And one lesson that I have learned is that no matter what obstacles or challenges you may face, you should never give up. Because the best wins are the ones that you don't see coming. The best wins are the ones that rose from the bottom. And that is something that I want to bring here in my journey in this world. I know that coming here, I am a nobody.
Di naman.
Hindi normal naman. But I want to rise as well and be known for who I really am and for what I can do.
Okay, and finally, last question, as a Tomasian, ano yung importanteng core value mo na natutunan mo? Maraming Tomasian dito. Na makakapag-improve sa'yo as not only as a candidate for Miss World Philippines, but as a personal and professional person.
Okay, so as a true-blooded Tomasian, and I'm sure that all Tomasians in here can agree that we have our very own 3 C's: competence, compassion, and commitment. I believe that I can use these 3 C's here in my journey as a Miss World Philippines candidate for me to better present myself. And I think these 3 C's are my keys to get what my heart really desires. Thank you.
Wow, very well said. Best of luck.
Thank you so much, Pastor Nolly.
Dito naman. Siyempre, yung unahin natin yung mga pag-ias. Ano ba yun?
Compared to everyone else here,
Ay, ganun para.
no, I've seen you from
Yes.
your against days as a pageant wannabe. I remember our first dinner together somewhere in DFO.
Yes.
Ano ka pa nun? May love life ka pa nun. Pero hindi, wala ka pang kabongong sa pageant doon. Earlier, you said a phrase that I want you to elaborate for the sake of everyone else. Unfinished business. Elaborate mo yun from top to bottom.
Alright, okay. That phrase, unfinished business, is the theme, one of the many themes of my life here in the Miss World Philippines. Because for the information of everybody, back in 2019,
Before the pandemic.
yes, before the pandemic hit, I competed a national pageant called the Philippine Global Queens. And I was lucky enough to get one of their prestigious crowns, which is the Miss Galaxy Philippines. I was actually set to compete internationally, present the name Philippines in an international stage in Chicago. However, the pandemic hit. It's like a feeling of a child being taken away of his or her favorite toy or his or her dream toy. I was already set to it. My mind and my heart was already set to competing for the Philippines. But then again, a natural disaster, let's say a national disaster came in and I can't do anything about it. It's like fate had its own, fate happened and there was nothing that I can do. Back then, I thought maybe pageantry wasn't for me. I thought maybe that's God's way of telling me that perhaps it's not for you. But then again, just like a first love that never goes away from your heart, I knew from the bottom of my heart that pageantry is what I really want. And so in my quest of finding a new career, becoming a courtside reporter, becoming a pharmacist, I knew that pageantry was an industry that was calling for me. And so right now that I am competing again, back in my fighting form, I have this unfinished business in my mind. I know that I was set to compete and present the name Philippines in an international stage. And I will finish that unfinished business here in the Miss World Philippines.
Final question. Ito may matiglayin question. Okay. Now that you are doing this World Philippines, and someone asked me this question, what do you love most about yourself now?
What I love most about myself now, I guess, would be the fact that I am purpose-driven. I finally found my purpose and why do I really want to join pageants? Before, I would usually say, it's because it's my dream. And that's the truth. Being a beauty queen was my dream, is my dream. But with what happened to me late last year, I became a victim of cybercrime. I found my purpose on why should I become a spokesperson of something meaningful, something that is close to my heart, something that I have experienced. Now, I am here in the Miss World Philippines being purpose-driven, something that I believe everyone is finding in today's time. It's always good to have your purpose. And now that I found mine, I am ready to present it to the world.
Last fun question lang. Paano lang talaga ito? As a courtside reporter, how can you tell if a basketball player is attractive?
Is attractive?
Oh, but not in a romantic way, pero kailangan ba magaling maglaro or kailangan guwapo talaga?
Oh, no, dito. Neither. For me, a basketball player or a man becomes attractive if he can converse in a good manner.
Ay, parang kilala ko yun. Parang kilala ko. Okay, next question. Kilala ko yun.
Ako na magbubok. Sorry. Okay. Hello, Andrea.
Hello.
Hi, Mael.
Mami,
Okay, speaking of purpose, can you share us about your Beauty with a Purpose or Beyond. Kasi last week, they announced na you're one of the finalists for Beauty with a Purpose. So, with some of my media friends, so can you share us about your feedback?
Okay, so probably not all of you are familiar with my Beauty with a Purpose or my advocacy. It's actually about cybercrime awareness and promoting a safer cyberspace. Because late last year, I was a victim of cybercrime. And not just your usual form of cybercrime, it's the type that involves death threats, bomb threats, that heavy. I was been called horrendous names. I had experienced the worst of the worst. Imagine working hard for a job that you really wanted, and then just because of a random person or random people, I don't even know if they're one or two or three, your hard work could go away with just the glimpse. I received death threats. My family received death threats on my behalf. And back then, I don't even know why. I didn't do anything wrong. It was just like a flick that happened in front of my eyes. And I want people to be more aware of this case happening here in the Philippines. For the information of everybody, the cases of cybercrime here in the Philippines is fast increasing. Last year, it increased for about 20%. Compared to this year, it increased for about 20%. Just imagine the emotional stress, the mental stress that cybercrime victims are facing. Imagine facing an enemy that you don't even see. Imagine facing an enemy that you don't even know when they will strike. I am lucky enough that I was able to power through that kind of traumatizing event, courtesy of those people who are backing me, courtesy of those people who are supporting me, my family and my friends. However, let's face the fact that not all people will have the same support system. Not all people have the same strength. And so, I decided to bring this advocacy in the Miss World Philippines stage because I believe this is an issue that is not often talked about, which gives me the very reason why I am focusing on it. That's it.
Follow-up question. Follow-up message na lang. Your message to some of our fellow Filipinos and syempre yung ibang tao international na makaka-experience na ganitong situation because it's an experience.
For those who are being victimized by cybercrime, know that there are people who are finally raising this issue to the national stage. I am here as your voice and know that we are doing our job. We are doing steps to eliminate this issue here. I know it won't be an easy task, but together, if we take it step by step, one step at a time, we will do it together. That's it.
Andrea, is there a page? RD.
Alright, so here in the Philippines, we have the Anti-Cybercrime Unit that promotes the safety of cyberspace of Filipinos. However, they're not given that much highlight. The mere fact that not all people here are aware that we have an anti-cybercrime unit speaks for itself. So they really need to be given a highlight so that those people who are experiencing cybercrime invasions would know what are the steps that they could do in case that they are in that kind of situation.
Last question na talaga to. So Andrea, aside from being a Quezonian, so you're also from Candelaria.
Yes.
So last May, our Atisa Manalo won the crown for
Yes.
national pageant. So, may pressure ba sa side mo?
Well, we all know that Ate Atisa made a really big impact in the pageant industry, but rather seeing it as pressure, I choose to see it as a motivation, an added motivation, because I saw another Quezonian, another Candelariahin bringing pride to our municipality, to our province, and I hope to do the same in the near future.
Thank you so much. Raise our flag.
Raise our flag!
Hello, Andrea. Good afternoon. I'm Edge, Pageantology 101. Medyo curious lang ako doon sa naging biktima ka ng cybercrime. Can you tell us ano bang specific na situation? Ano bang nangyari doon?
Okay, so at first, I've been receiving messages, hate messages.
Sa ano to, social media? I mean, sa ano to, sa profile mo ba?
Yes.
Facebook profile mo, Instagram, ganyan, sa mga comments, gano'n.
Through social media, where it be direct message, comments, yes, Facebook, Instagram, Viber, even SMS. I've been receiving hate messages. At first, I did not really take them into account because number one, I was appearing on TV, and we all know that a lot of comments could come if you're someone who appears on TV. However, it became worse and worse as time passed by until I reported it to my bosses in Signal. And they were all like, "Huwag mong pansinin."
Ano daw kaya ang reason? Ano bang issue? Ano bang specific na
Okay, upon
binabato sa'yo?
reporting it to the police and upon clarification, upon all the investigation, it was a case of obsession.
So lalaki ang suspect.
Until now, we can't really confirm whether the person is a he or a she, but the police concluded that it was a case of obsession that led to those kinds of events.
So may mga death threat, ganyan.
Yes, it came into a point where there was a message that says like this: kung hindi ka magiging akin, something like that.
Kung ako, it's a compliment. Hindi ako mag-file ng case. Alamin ko siya at of course, yan ang dealer. Oo. Andrea, okay. Of course, kidding aside lang naman. Andrea, who's Miss World Philippines winner or Miss World winner you look up to? And why?
Well, definitely it would be Catriona Gray. She has always been
Miss World
my
Philippines 2016.
yes, she has always been my inspiration. Why? Because something that I am really amazed about her is that her really amazing communication skills that I want to achieve. We all know that Catriona Gray is a really good communicator, a really good speaker, a really good listener. And for all pageant girls, having the finest communication skills, that's probably one of the most important things. And with Catriona Gray exhibiting that kind of really great communication skill, that's something that I really want to have. You know, being an effective speaker, given the platform of the Miss World Philippines.
You are a good speaker, girl.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. And our next is,
One side.
of course, yes, Magita Corpo.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Andrea. Ang ganda ng hair mo nga.
Nice.
Ay, ba? Ikaw din.
Ayun, so, my question for you is, we all know that there's a lot of national pageants here in the Philippines, and I want to know what's the reason why you chose to join Miss World Philippines?
I know there are a lot of pageants here in the Philippines, and the reason why I chose to join the Miss World Philippines is because of their tagline. If you remember, it's exceptionally empowered Filipina. And I feel like that tagline spoke to my heart on a different level. As I've said earlier, I became a victim of cybercrime. And being able to power through that kind of traumatizing event, I think there's something in me that I needed to share to the world. Being able to come through that kind of unfortunate event, that rare, unusual, exceptional event, I was able to exhibit the strength of a real, empowered Filipina. And that is why I think I'm a perfect fit in this competition.
Nice. And follow-up question. Ayun, so, I just want to know also, when did you start joining the pageant?
Oh, the real ones? Okay. Kasama ko ba yung mga sa schools lang?
Oh, yung ano?
Okay, back when I was still in first year high school, my mom used to push me to join pageants when I was in high school or junior high school. She was the one who usually pushes me and my sister to join pageants. And the moment I actually joined, doon na po nagtuloy-tuloy. My first real pageant was the Philippine Candelaria 2019, and then after that, I jumped to Philippine Global Queens. And then the pandemic hit, I stopped, but now I'm back with the Miss World Philippines.
Thank you so much, dear, and best of luck.
Thank you so much po.
Hello, Andrea. I'm Kaparas.
Hello.
My question is, do you consider yourself an exceptionally empowered woman? Why?
I consider myself an exceptionally empowered woman. Given the circumstances, given the challenges that I have faced, I was able to exhibit the right amount of strength to go through those experiences. Me sitting here in front of you talking, speaking my mind about what happened to me, why I am joining this competition, exhibits being an empowered Filipina, that despite all the hardships, I chose to rise above them and go farther.
Hi, Andrea. I'm sorry.
Yeah. With Chelsea.
What makes you proud as a Quezonian?
What makes me proud as a Quezonian? I think it would be the kindness, the warmth, and the tenderness of us Quezonians. Honestly, there is one fun fact that I want to share to all of you. The original name of Quezon province is Kalilayan. And yes, Kalilayan, and it means tenderness, which I believe reflects us as Quezonians. We are tender, gentle, and kind.
Galing.
Next question. If you would trade lives with any living person in history, who would that be? Why?
If I would trade lives with anyone from the past, since currently living po. Okay, currently living.
Of course, only for you.
Both po. Currently living and
Kahit sino na lang.
from the dead. Okay, number one, unahin ko na po muna yung from the dead. Since I am a courtside reporter, I would want to live in the shoes of Kobe Bryant. Because we all know that Kobe Bryant is an icon. Even after he died, a lot of people are still glorifying him. A lot of athletes are still idolizing him. And being able to live a life of greatness, I want to see or I want to experience the actual journey. Because just like what we always say, it's not always about the destination. Sometimes it's about the journey. What was his journey to greatness that made him an exceptional person, that made him an icon? So probably I could learn from that journey and apply it to my journey here in the Miss World Philippines. And for the living, I would change my life with
Dolly!
For me, I would change my life when I think whoever is the president of the Philippines. Yes, because I would want to see all the situations or all the issues that are not often talked about. I want to see which are the areas that lack attention. And probably I could bring those issues up, I could bring those areas up so that they won't be left behind. Thank you.
Movie naman ni.
Why do you consider yourself a beauty with a purpose?
Thank you, Gloria.
Talaga, Chelsea.
I consider myself as someone with a purpose or a beauty with a purpose because I don't just focus on the physical aspect. I don't just focus on what I could offer physically. I focus on what I can offer beyond skin deep, which is my voice, my influence, my advocacy. Aside from cybercrime awareness, I am an advocate for a lot of things. And for me, that makes me a beauty with a purpose. A beauty with a lot of purpose.
Winner, title.
Hi, Andrea. I have a fashion question.
Alright.
Who are the designers and creatives that you're collaborating with in your pageantry?
Okay.
For your
the-
evening gowns, for your knot costs, for your daily wardrobe.
Am I allowed po to reveal na that? Or
The gown.
okay. Is it okay na po to reveal?
Designer lang naman.
Okay po. Sige po. I won't pinpoint na lang po which ones are they gonna do, but yes, teaser na lang po. But I am currently working with Sir Louis Pangilinan. Yes, and Sir Jeboy Ramos and Sir Ali Balinis. Yes, so i-reveal na lang po natin.
Without any spoilers, what's the inspiration behind your knot costs for your evening gown?
Oh, the inspiration. Actually, the national costume competition has a theme, which is dances of the Philippines. So we will be focusing on the festivals of the Philippines, and since the festival of Quezon Province is a Niyog-Yugan festival, well, that will be the theme of my national costume. Thank you so much.
Parang wala na talagang nata.
Walang natin.
Dances of the Philippines. Oh.
Ito, Mel.
Thank you po. Salamat.
Hello, good afternoon, Andrea. Andrea, we actually have a question from one of our viewers on Inas of Pageantry Live.
Wow.
This is from San Juan Macoy. At ang question niya ay, ano po kaya sa tingin ninyo ang lacking sa mga Miss World Philippines candidate? Bakit nahihirapan tayo makasungkit ng corona? Right after, of course, may ganyan po 2013.
Lacking. Wow. That is really...
On the spot talaga.
Yes,
Kulang natin.
it's always easy to pinpoint the good, but it's really hard to pinpoint the bad. So I won't be pinpointing. Okay, but for me, what probably lacks is the drive for the crown. We have been waiting for another title holder for more than a decade. And I think there's a lack of drive from our representatives. And I think that I have that kind of drive as I vie for the Miss World Philippines crown.
Alright, my second question for you is, you seem very confident, you've been around the pageantry scene, as a courtside reporter, I suppose you have a lot of confidence in you. Tell us one thing that you discovered or rediscovered about yourself as a Miss World Philippines candidate for at least a few weeks now. Ano pa bang strength ang hindi mo na-discuss noon na ngayon mo palang na-realize meron ka pala?
Okay. Being a reporter, I've always been working with a script, working with a backbone of the things to do. But when I joined the Miss World Philippines, I realized that vulnerability is also a strength. Being just the simply you that you want to share to the world is a strength. Because I saw how the pageant fans are very accommodating, very welcoming of those who are being true to themselves. I was afraid, actually, to show who I really am, what I really do. But the pageant fans, the pageant media, us in the pageant industry made me realize that there shouldn't be a sense of fear when it comes to showing who you really are. There is power in vulnerability. Thank you.
Alright, maraming salamat. And last, gusto ko na lang sabihin na marami sa amin, pati viewers namin, pinapansin ang ganda ng hair mo. So,
Okay, I just wanna shout out my hairstylist for today, Ate Riza, who is back there. Maraming salamat po for my hair.
Parang endorser ka na. Yung talaga yung sabihin ko kanina. Riza, no?
Riza.
Hi Andrea, so yung hairstyle mo yan, baka yan din makita natin sa finals.
We will see.
Okay, I want to take your brain kasi they have already asked all the questions. And since we're talking about beauty with a purpose because we're talking about Miss World Philippines, I want to pick your brain down. I want you to choose one. Which would you prefer? You win Miss... Kasi ang context ng question na to is in recent times, the ones who would usually win Miss World Philippines or Miss World, hindi sila yung nananalong Best in BWAP.
Best in BWAP.
Oo, tapos yung mga nananalong Best in BWAP, hindi nananalong Miss World. So kung ikaw ang masusunod, anong pipiliin mo? You win Miss World Philippines but you won't win the Best in BWAP, or you win Best in BWAP wherein you get more exposure and the necessary funding for your BWAP project, which is all about cybercrime awareness, pero you won't win the title. What would you pick?
Okay, my answer will be straight and clear. I would want to win the Miss World Philippines crown so that I could bring my beauty with a purpose to a bigger stage, in an international stage, with more reach, a bigger platform, and then I can implement it also to the world.
Ganon!
No, last time.
Evan.
Oh, last.
So,
Second chance, Adam.
Final question.
Ay!
question.
Ay.
Final question time.
Civic-tology ata.
Kasi okay na ba?
Eme lang.
Kailangan nakastan.
Ay, kailangan na kasi.
Ay, wala. May isa pa. Ay, teka, may isa pa. Oh, yun na daw. Ikaw na mag-final.
Mag-final ka pa ng isang.
Ito na.
Para magaling.
Nakakabawi si Adam.
Tatayo tayo.
Patayo tayo. Yan.
Ready yun na.
Kinakabahan ka ba? Pinag-usapan namin to.
Tanong na po sa'yo at some point siguro, pero for all of us, and your final answer, why should you be the next Miss World Philippines?
If the Miss World Philippines organization is looking for someone perfect, with a perfect body and a perfect face, then I'd be honest. I'm not the one you're looking for. But if the Miss World Philippines organization is looking for a spokesperson, someone who walks the talk, someone who is purpose-driven, someone who is after the influence and not just the popularity and fame, then she is standing before you. Thank you.
Ganun kasi yun.
Ano ba?
Perfect beauty.